This is Tim with Online Big Blue. We'll bring you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. All right, so the Giants have reached over to the Kansas City Chiefs and plucked Mike Kafka as their offensive coordinator. I think I'm going to have to be the voice of reason here because I'm watching some very unrealistic expectations on Twitter about a guy that's only been in the NFL since 2017, and his work or his body of work has been connected with the Patrick Mahomes. I'm like I said, I think people need to somewhat temper enthusiasm at times because you don't know what Kafka's going to be. You have a rookie or a first-time GM, you have a first-time head coach, and now you have a first-time offensive coordinator. That doesn't spell recipe for disaster. Not at all. What could possibly go wrong? And I love it because people are like, he's a cutting-edge guy. I think that I could have been Patrick Mahomes' quarterback coach. I think sometimes talent rises above that. It's the same thing with people are like with Brian Dable. Well, you know, he's the guy with Josh Allen. Yeah, but if you look throughout the rest of his career, he didn't have much success outside of Josh Allen. And again, I think I probably the last couple of years could have been Josh Allen's offense coordinator. Hey, Josh, throw a touchdown. Oh, look at me, I'm a genius. I mean, I'm not down on the kid because I don't know what he can do. You know, we haven't seen him, really do much else besides, work with Patrick Mahomes. He was a graduate assistant for Northwestern in 2016. He was a quarterback. He was the offensive quality control coach in 2017, which is nothing. It's like basically being an intern. He was a quarterback coach from 2018 to 2019, and then he was the for 1 year he was a quarterback coach and passing game coordinator, which is just a fancy title to help people get jobs. Sort of like what they did to Joe Judge when they made him the wide receivers coach or whatever as well. It's to help people have something else on their resume besides the fact that they're the quarterback coach. I mean, he's a kid that, he played over at Northwestern. He did play. He had a cup of coffee in the league for a few years. I'm not saying that he had he didn't have a great career, he didn't have a bad career. But, he didn't have much of it. He didn't have much of an NFL career. I think that's probably the better way to look at it. He was kind of just like a fill-in quarterback. He did actually play against the Giants in 2011. I remember that. I remember because he came in for, I think it was 2011. He came in when Michael Vick got injured. And then, like I said, after he left the league, he bounced around. He was in the league with the Bengals last, and then he took the job, like I said, as a graduate assistant in 2016. If being a graduate assistant is a part of your resume, I could do that. I was a graduate assistant for 1 year. Said that many times. If that needs to be on your resume to be an offense coordinator, sign me up. And then they talk about the fact that he was hired as the offensive quality control coach, which kind of reunited him with Andy Reid back in KC. And then Reid promoted him quarterbacks coach in 2018. And then the people put him, 18, Mahomes had his first Pro Bowl season. I know you want to look for things, but 18 was his first full year as a starter, Patrick Mahomes. And I think that's when he threw for 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, over 5,000 yards. I think sometimes, quality rises to the top. And then if you're going to have this as the same issue, so many people were down on Patrick Mahomes this year for having an off season. So is that Kafka's fault? You can't take all the good without taking the blame. I'm not saying that he is not going to be the second coming of Air Coryell. I'm not saying he's not going to invent something like the run and shoot with Mouse Davis. I'm not saying he's not going to be any of those things, but you would hope that we would start getting some other coaches that had some experience. I find it interesting that with Joe Judge, we went the entire different direction. Every one of his coaches seemed to be a failed head coach from college. This direction, we're just going with new guys. We're just going with guys that have really never done much in the league outside of having a great quarterback. Like I said, I probably could have been the quarterback coach for Josh Allen, and I probably could have been the quarterback coach for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's not like you were the quarterback coach like Pep was, and you developed a guy like Mills over with the Texans. No, you have a first round draft. You have first round draft choices who were expected to carry the franchise. And I get concerned that we are looking at this situation and thinking to ourselves, well, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be fantastic. He's going to be cutting edge. I remember when we hired that young guy out of some small college and he was supposed to be cutting edge. And then it turned out he was just looking at film. Same thing I did in the league. Oh, my head's already starting to hurt. Why, folks? Why? We were having such a great offseason. We were having so much fun. We were having, we got the guy we wanted as a general manager. People got the coach they wanted. And then the Flores thing drops, and then we got the Kafka. The one guy I didn't think they would go with because of the fact that he had so little experience. He's been in the league for a hiccup. And you got people that have been in the league for a while who are not going to get an opportunity. But I don't know, guys. We're going to have to just see how this works out. I think people need to temper their enthusiasm. Patrick Mahomes isn't coming here. Josh Allen isn't coming here. So I think we all kind of have to wait and see. We got to just wait and see what happens. Kind of go from there. And, like I said, hopefully he turns out to be, the greatest offensive coordinator the Giants have ever had. We don't know. So like I said before with people, I don't know. You don't know. Don't sit there and tell me he's going to run a cutting edge offense when the fact is he's never run an offense before. So I don't know if he's going to run a cutting edge offense because he's never done it. So we got to kind of just look at that as well. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you like, you can subscribe. Ring that bell notification. That'd be awesome.